Hey guys, how's it going? It's Denham again. We're back for another trick tip. We haven't done one for a little while because there's been loads going on, so I thought we'd best catch up and get something rad done. Carousels. Now, there's two tricks I've been asked about a lot recently, and that's carousels and 360 switchblades. Now, 360 switchblades, I've still got some work to do on them myself, so I won't want to teach you those right away. But carousels, they're a trick I've done for a long time. There's something that took me a little while to figure out, and also I did do a trick tip on these a little while ago, but it was pretty bad. So I figured the best thing to do might be to redo the carousel trick tip, because the last one was really bad. So let's get into it. Here's a carousel, and let's break them down and see how we get them done. Rad, so a carousel, I guess, is almost like a half impossible in truck. So you're up in truck or 50-50, and you're flipping the board halfway around, and then you're catching it kind of on the outside of that leading foot. So the board essentially wraps around that foot, and you're catching it back on the truck. In terms of difficulty, these ones can be quite hard to figure out and get down in the first place. I'm going to give them like a 4 out of 5 for this one, because I know a lot of guys have taken a long time to get these down, but once you've got them, they're pretty easy to get locked in. Let's have a go. So first of all, you want to be really comfortable up in 50-50, because you're going to be landing back in a 50-50 on essentially the switch foot on the outside. So it is going to feel a bit weird for you. So make sure you're really comfortable with that. So you're going to start off in your tail stop position. So back foot nice and solidly on the tail. Now, the easiest way to throw a carousel is to pull up into the truck and then do it straight away, okay? So I'm in my tail stop, and then my front hand is coming down with the thumb under on the graphic there, and my fingers up there on the grip, okay? So that means that as soon as I'm up in the 50-50, I can use that front hand to throw the board over and get that wrap on it. So we're doing this with the front hand, okay? The front hand is coming down to grab the nose, pulling the board up and over so we can throw again. So if you have a look at the video here, you can see that I'm pulling up, crossing that hand, that front hand over across my body, ready to throw the carousel. Okay, so now we're up in 50-50. Here's a tricky bit in terms of how we flip the board and wrap it around that foot. So front hand is pulling back over, and the foot that's on the truck is pushing through the board a little. So the front hand has a good solid grip of the nose of the board. Push that foot through the board and pull with the arm so it's wrapping around the foot. Now as we do this, we want to hop a little bit. Remember, the board has a bit to do underneath us, so we need to hop a little bit just to allow that wrap to happen. Now here's the hard bit, catching the carousel. So when you're throwing it, as soon as you've thrown the board with that hand, you want to have it back in position on your other side, ready to grab it. So you're almost getting that hand back to where it should be originally. Now keep your shoulders nice and straight. If you start turning, then the board's going to spin at a pretty weird axis. So you want to keep everything nice and straight. That foot that's on the truck, you almost want to be on your toes a little bit, so you can kind of feel the bridge of your foot on the truck. If you have too much of your foot on, it's going to be quite hard to wrap the carousel around. Too little, and it's going to flip off axis and probably not wrap properly as well. Cool, now once you've caught your carousel, the best way to get out of it is just half a finger flip out in front of you, landing back on your balls, okay? Cool, so that's carousels. Give them a try. They are going to take you a little while to get. They're quite a difficult trick to get down. But remember, so long as you're jumping high enough and having that hand ready to catch the board again, you'll get them down. Once they're there, they'll get pretty consistent as well. Have fun. If you enjoyed this video, give us a like, share it if you want, subscribe if you really desperately want. I wouldn't recommend it. And give me a shout if you need a hand with that. Cheers guys, take care, bye bye.